What is up, everybody, and welcome to the first ever Dudes Who Bet Sports.
So you want to bet sports, but you need some advice on how to cash in big at a heck of a price. Well, if you want enough money to line your shorts, then you're in the right place. This is Dudes Who Bet Sports. Dudes Who Bet Sports, it's your favorite show. Dudes Who Bet Sports, where degenerates go. Dudes Who Bet Sports, time to change your approach with Aaron Holzman and his father, the coach. Let's ride.
Well, the Associated Press is full of shit.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Dudes Who Bet Sports show. It's a Monday night, and you know what that means. We're going to recap what happened all weekend long with horse racing and sports action. Before we get going, Papa Dude, how we doing today?
Hey, doing great. Time got away from me a little bit here. Been waiting all day for this, and next thing I know, I'm on here 2 minutes before we're supposed to be on here. So,
well, that's all right. Magic started the show. Magic Mike muted, and then Mike was muted, and then Magic had to leave. So it's okay. You're still ahead of those guys. So it's
I'm ready to go. We both had a fun weekend.
Yeah, we did. And we're going to talk about that, and that's actually the relevant topics to what we're going to talk about tonight. Kind of recapping what happened this weekend. Of course, NBA playoffs started. We'll talk all about that. We'll talk about the horse racing action as well. We'll take some Kentucky Derby questions. So we'll answer your questions on the Kentucky Derby, kind of do an open forum as well. So a lot going on. And of course, we'll talk about a little bit of NHL. Before we do, I thought this was good. Ashley Gordon chimed in way before we started today, chimed in and said, I had a deep thought. There is a difference between knowing you can beat the chalk and hoping to beat the chalk. And signs Ashley Gordon 2022. What do you think about that, Papa? I thought that was a really good comment.
It's a very good comment, except I don't ever totally know I can beat the chalk. Good example. Very good example. At Oakland on Saturday, there was Jackie's Warrior at 1-2. Okay? We're going to beat that one. You know, you just weren't.
No.
But there was a maiden, I think the day before, actually, and it was Arkansas Breds, $10,000 maiden claimer.
Mm-hmm.
Chalk was 8-5. That's when you know you can beat the chalk, or it's worth taking a chance on. I've heard you say that a million times, and it's true. You got to kind of pick your spots on when to bet the chalk and when not to. And I've heard you go over this a lot of times.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's why I really loved the comment is when you have a horse like Jackie's Warrior, maybe not try to beat Jackie's Warrior when he's up against a field like what he faced last Saturday. Sometimes you think you can beat the chalk and you still don't. That happens, but that's okay. And the point of this is, and why I wanted to start out with it, when you see a favorite you believe is weak, that's when you take your shots. But sometimes you see one and they're really strong, you don't just bet any old horse in the field or even go with sports and just bet a team you don't think is going to win just because they're a better price. You have to pick your spots. So that's definitely one of the things. And Curtis says, I knew I could beat the chalk whenever Mendelssohn was running. Yes, that's true. Very, very true. And Curtis also says, hammer the Bandits, -5 in USFL tonight. I don't know. I don't know about that one, Papa Dude. Have you been following the USFL?
No, I do not. So I can't comment on that one.
All right, we've got comments coming in on the Derby. We'll take a few of them right now. Stephen Votel says, looked at the early Derby PPs today, made early voting look really good. Hopefully take some money because I'm fading. Maybe a horse that's going to be loose, well, not loose on the lead, but one of the horses that will be out in front got caught by Mo Donegal last time out, and it's really just a matter of, do you think he should have won and shouldn't have been caught, or do you really like Mo Donegal? And if you think he should have won there and got a good setup and didn't, then I don't see how you're going to like him in the Kentucky Derby, right?
Yeah. Did I see today somewhere the early morning lines came out or something? What was that I saw on Twitter today? Did you see that? There was who was it that was like they had Epicenter like 20-1, I think, or
yeah, I don't know. I think somebody was like making their own personal how they felt morning line.
I thought so too. So.
I'll be honest. Twitter and I have kind of had a breakup. I don't get on there much anymore.
Well, I don't either. I just saw that this morning and I thought, what is that?
Yeah, I don't I don't particularly love the negativity on Twitter. And so anyway, yeah, I did see that, and somebody, because I do get our notifications, so somebody tagged us in it. I thought, yeah, I don't know what that really means, but yeah, there's betting going on at the casinos in Vegas right now. Epicenter is the favorite. I believe he's 5-1 at the moment. So here's a good question, and I think you and I might have different outlooks on this one. But Nick Feldman comes in. He says, "Do you guys cap races with or without morning lines? I tend to like to cap without the morning line. Help me determine when I am going to fade or not." What do you think? I think you like to see those morning lines, don't you?
Yes, I do. I do. I know exactly what he's saying, though. Now, there's some times that I do look at a race and try to handicap without the odds. I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
And I do think that's helpful because sometimes you look at the odds and you get swayed a little bit. Your opinion gets swayed a little. I know I do for sure. But there's sometimes like I'll go on Timeform US and I'll purposely not look at the odds and I'll go through the horses and then I'll come back and see if I kind of thought along the same lines as the morning line. And a lot of times I do. So you can kind of improve your betting style, I think, by doing that. Don't look at the lines and see if you can come up with the same thing that the morning line guy did. Do you do that, Tom?
Well, I'll say this to Nick and to you as well. I handicap early. Like when the card comes out, I get on it and I handicap it because the reason why I do that, you got to be prepared. I handicap a ton of tracks. So, the day before the race, you need to know, hey, who am I going to pick? And you input that data into our system. So I try to work ahead. So 90% of the time, I do not have the morning lines. And I've always kind of preferred it that way. Yeah. Sometimes I do because some tracks, the morning line will come out like 5 minutes after they draw. So, sometimes I do, but usually I don't. I like it that way. Dennis, on the other hand, said he tried to cap without the morning line and it went horrible. So he uses it. I don't think there's a right and wrong answer.
No, there's not.
Nick.
It's whatever fits your style,
Mm-hmm.
And as much as Aaron handicaps, I imagine he does kind of flip around a little bit, maybe. I know when we were doing the guide for the Keeneland thing, some of the odds weren't out yet.
Yeah.
And you guys needed to have my picks in. So as I was going through it, the odds then came out. But I had handicapped 3 or 4 races before the line came out. And it was amazing that I had picked the ones that were favorites. So that kind of made me feel good that I could still go in and read a form and kind of figure out who to pick. Some of those I had never heard of. I don't watch it like you guys do. I used to, but I don't anymore.
Right. Yeah. Well, because we made you do other things. And so it's a little bit more about that. So let's see what else is going on here. Good question there, Nick. I think that's excellent. Curtis said this Derby reminds me of 2007, where only 2 or 3 horses can realistically win. I'm kind of there.
Yeah.
I think 4 would be my number, pending the draw. And the draw always, will sway you one way or the other on a couple of things.
Going back on this previous thing too, kind of goes along with it. How many of you guys, when you're actually at the track, look at the horses and decide, because sometimes can that sway you by how the horses look at the track? I know my wife is really good at that. She really is, because she knows horses. She's had horses. She's ridden horses, which is something I have not. I've ridden a horse, but I don't know much about them. And we just got back from Oaklawn, and she singled out a couple of ones that won on Saturdays that I would never have picked. Mm-hmm. And the thing about Sandy is she doesn't know she doesn't know how to read a form. And she picked a first-time starter in a maiden. And I would have never picked the horse because I'm biased and I don't pick first-time starters. You know that, Aaron. Now you do sometimes, but I don't. She picked that horse. I can't remember what it was, 5-1, 4-1. He was a really good-looking horse. She loved the way he looked. She had never even looked at the form. She bet him. He won easy, and she cashed. And any of you guys look at the horse?
Curtis Mantle is saying that the biggest advantage you can get is seeing the animal in person. So he agrees with kind of what you're saying. Stephen Mota, yes, I have a gray bias. Can't help it. They always screw me. So I laugh because that's
And Heather's that way for you, Aaron. Your wife.
yes, that's my wife, Stephen. She'll bet every gray in the race, and yeah, she loves that much.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's very valuable in the big time
Yes.
races, but when we go to Will Rogers, I
Yes.
think it's extremely valuable.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has more trouble like at Oaklawn because there is usually a little bit better quality of horse. They all look good at Oaklawn. You know,
Yeah.
she struggles a little bit there.
Yeah.
But she knows horses and I don't. So
Bree says, I love the grays, probably because I could see grays. Nick Feldman agrees. He says, my fiance is the same way. She knows horses so well. And when we are at the track, I like to hear her opinion. She tends to be better at eliminating horse rather than picking. So
Really?
maybe what Nick's saying, she can pick out one that maybe doesn't look quite good enough.
Sandy can too. She can kind of tell when one's limping.
Yeah. Sandy chimes in, says she does great at Will Rogers. And that's the thing. You get to a smaller track, it's field of 6 or 8 claiming horses. That's really where that makes a huge difference to see them up close. And I know for us, it's we can even kind of spot them at Will Rogers because some of those horses, they're just not very good.
Right.
They just don't look good. And Curtis says he saw Greeley and Ben in person at Indiana Grand. Ended up leading me to bet the horse several times. Yeah, I mean, if you bet Greeley and Ben several times, you've won several times because he has been a definite winner over and over and over.
Mhm.
Those are your everyday horses there at Will Rogers. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. No doubt.
Yeah.
That's your run of the mill claimers that you're going to see. Ashley Gordon says, I listen to Maggie at Naira, even though she takes an hour to spit it out. Yeah, that's the other thing. If you're not good at it, which I wouldn't say I am. I don't think you would say you were either. When it's obvious, we can see it. But Maggie, that's her job, is to look at the horses in the paddock, and she does a very good job. So if you're not trained, you can rely on somebody like Maggie Wolfendale. I will say there's not many like her. Some, like, that's their job, but she's actually really, really good at her job. Where others, I don't trust as much. I'm not going to name names. It's how it is. And then Mackie Man says Maggie is the best. So,
well, I like her too, and she's really good at telling you who really looks ready to run in the paddock. She's really good at that.
Yeah. Magic Care says there is strictly gray horse called the Gray Ghost Handicap at the Meadowlands. So it's all for gray horses. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. Dennis is at the bar and he can't hear anything, so that's
okay.
There you go. You got that. Bree says claimers are the backbone of racing, and I think you and I will totally agree on that.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
agree. And claiming trainers are the backbone of racing too. They really are, because there's a hell of a lot more of them than your Baffords, Pletchers, and Chad Browns. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. It is the backbone. That's what we grew up on, in the game, so to speak. Papa Dude was a grown man when he started, but it's how we cut our teeth in the game. Guess we'll say that.
A quick thing before I forget it, Aaron, because this is the same topic. So I'll make this real short because we got a lot of great comments on here, and I'm glad we got these. But I'll forget this if I don't. And I told these people I would mention them. So,
is this an Oaklawn story?
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and do the Oaklawn, because we're talking about horse racing anyway. Talk about, you went to Oaklawn this weekend. You saw Jackie's Warrior. Kind of give us a little bit of recap of what you saw.
Okay. Well, it was a fantastic. I hate to do that though, Leon, with all these comments.
Go ahead. They can win.
Well, we went and we got down there Friday. The racing wasn't very good Friday, so we didn't get there till like the 4th race. Anyway, we walked in and Asmussen had he was schooling Jackie's Warrior, and it was such a treat because he was in there by himself with the horse in the paddock. And we've mentioned this many times about Oaklawn. If you've never been there, the paddock is so unique that you have to school your horses. And Jackie's Warrior obviously did not like that. She or he, I always call her she. and because of the name, but he didn't like that paddock area at all. Asmussen brought him in with all of the other horses, and then when the horses sat, riders up and went on out, he left Jackie's Warrior in there, and he left the horse in the paddock for until that race was over.
Yeah.
And then brought him back out because he did not like him. It was fascinating to watch him work with him. So anyway, I now have another favorite horse in Jackie's Warrior.
Mhm.
I don't think I've ever seen him. I don't think had he ever run at Oaklawn? Yeah,
he had one. He had one race there, but you were not there.
Right.
Yeah. Mhm.
Beautiful horse.
Yeah, he is.
Just I think classy is how you
Mhm.
describe that horse. So he came in to saddle him, and he was one of the last horses in. They didn't bring him in till right at the last, so he wasn't in that paddock very long.
Yeah.
Man circled him, saddled him, boom, out they went. That's a great trainer.
Yeah.
He knew how to handle. Of course, a lot of trainers could have figured that out. But anyway, enjoyed seeing him run, classy as could be. And but anyway, so Saturday the weather was crappy.
Mm-hmm.
So we sat upstairs on Saturday. We weren't outside like we usually are. So we're sitting there, and this older couple about our age was sitting behind us, and we were overhearing them talk. And pretty soon, I don't know why, but he kind of, I guess, figured that we knew what we were doing. And he goes, "Hey, can I ask you some questions?" It was the very first time ever.
Oh, cool.
And they're from Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
And but they've moved down to Hot Springs. Super couple. I wanted to mention them because they said they were going to watch. Now I don't know if they do or not, but anyway, I wanted to mention how great it was. But they got lucky. Well, I don't know if they're lucky or just really skilled for first time. They hit like 3 races.
Nice.
We now have new fans to horse racing because they were just thrilled, that and she was actually hitting them a little bit better than he was. And I think we overheard him say, "Hey, honey, we're only down $20 now." So anyway, I wanted to mention that. Let's get back to this though.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think that's an important thing that I think a lot of people, they want to think about takeout, and they want to think about this and that and all this kind of things to help grow the game. And not that that's not important, but
right.
The number one thing that's important is to get somebody to the track. That's how you make a fan. That's it. That's really the only way I've that's how I was a fan, and that's how I've made new fans. Is you got to get them there.
Yeah.
And stuff like that is a prime example. First time people, you meet them, they get a couple of wins, and it's fun. And like I said, they may be back, and they may be back again and again. They're from Iowa. Maybe they'll go to Prairie Meadows next.
Yeah, they might. It was really cool. They really got into it, and it's good. I don't know how much I helped them, but they didn't know what the odds meant. And I told them, I said, I'm not going to get into this very much with you because the more you know, the worse it gets. So you're going to have the most fun today that you'll ever have, because if you're like me, I did the same thing, and then I got to studying it, and now it drives me nuts. So I just explained a couple of things to them. But anyway, they'll be back. There's no doubt about it. They were having a ball.
Sometimes ignorance is bliss. That's the thing. You teach them a few things, and those few factors work out on that day. Then all of a sudden, bam, there you go. Yeah. You've got it. So you saw a great horse in Jackie's Warrior. No question about it. He is fantastic. Felt like he was on cruise control that race. It wasn't the most impressive race you'll ever see from him, but a good first start back.
Yeah, and it was in the mud. The track was horrible. And I think they were just glad that he ran like he'd been off for a long time. Didn't realize he had a knee bone chip in his knee that they took out. Partly the reason for his long layoff. I think he's going to have a really good summer, though. I think he's headed to Churchill next. In fact, he shipped out Monday. And Yeah, he won pretty easy. The field wasn't great, but there was a couple of pretty good horses in there. So good win for him. And yeah, they didn't push him very hard.
I would think with him, of course, last year he was the champion sprinter, but he did lose at the Breeders' Cup, kind of a non-effort from him. I would think this year they're going to work completely backwards from the Breeders' Cup and get him in tip-top shape for that race. Where last year it was more of just, let's just gobble up all these wins, and he was able to do it. This year probably be a little bit more strategy involved in his campaign.
Well, the owners have said this is their goal. They want to win a Breeders' Cup race. And that's the goal. So Asmussen knows how to handle that. So I'm sure they'll take it easy on him and get him ready to go. And then they're going to retire him after that.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that is a very, very, very good goal for that horse.
And I think it's wonderful that they haven't retired him already.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and let him run another year so we can watch him.
I totally agree. All right, let's get back to some of the comments here. We got to let a few build up there as we talk about Jackie's Warrior. And this is one I totally 1,000, a million, a bazillion % agree with Nick. He says one thing he's not good at all and he doesn't use. You can't tell what a good workout looks like and what a bad workout looks like. Nick, I hate workouts.
Don't even look at them.
No, I'm with you, buddy.
The only time I ever even glance at one is if a horse hasn't ever run. I might look then.
Sure.
And that's it. But first of all, how do we know those times are accurate? Mm-hmm. I don't trust the times. Do you?
Not at all. And trainers lie about when it's first time starters and stuff. They lie about who that horse actually is. They might be working out. They'll switch them. They'll make a really good horse's workouts look terrible. And then they spot them and they win at 15-1. And you're like, well, he was 80 out of 81 2 or 3 times in a row. No, you can never trust the workout.
If you've ever been for the morning workouts, it just looks like a disorganized mess out there to me. They're running all over the place. I don't know.
It is a disorganized mess, and they're running all over the place.
Yeah. So I don't trust it at all.
No, I don't either. I'm with you on that one, Nick. Let's see. Got some more here. Curtis says 2 tried and true strategies, knowing what to look for. I'm guessing in the horse and fading Kate and Bradar. I'm not touching that last one. Magic Carrot says no on Zoe Cabin. Not touching that one either. You trying to bait me into something there. Similar to Matoli as far as Jackie's Warrior, and yeah, I would agree. Right? And Papa Dude, we both were saying that's a dumb name for a boy horse named Jackie.
I hate that name because I think it's a girl all the time. I say that every race. Yeah. And I've been saying it down in the paddock Saturday. So, well, I hope she runs well. And I had to catch myself 3 or 4 times. I just,
I know. It's frustrating. Ashley says there's a snowstorm going on in Toronto. That's no good. I didn't even know that. That's not good at all. Let's see. Nick Feldman thinks Jackie's Warrior will be better, is better, not will be, is better at 7 furlongs. And hard to argue after those 7 furlong races we saw up at the Spa last year, right?
Yeah. Well, he's something else.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He's very good.
He's tough. He's tough.
He is tough for sure. There is a 6 furlong stakes on Preakness Day where he could run. Also, the Churchill Downs Stakes is on Kentucky Derby Day. I wonder if they'll kind of
that's where
they're there. That's I believe
that's what they're looking at.
Okay, yeah.
I heard that today.
Oh, well, there you go. I keep reading down, and Nick Feldman lets us know Churchill Downs Stakes, which is 7 furlongs. So there you go. A little bit of talk about the Met Mile for this horse as well. That'll be a mile. It's a 1-turn mile. Matoli was able to stretch out and win that one. What do you think? Met Mile. Can Jackie's Warrior carry that speed a mile? I don't know. Flatline and Speaker's Corner are also looking at that race.
Yeah, I may be a little too long.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm a little worried.
Depends on how she's training. It just depends.
Yeah,
because like you said, they're going to go easy on this one. I said she again. I'll never ever break that. It just depends on how he's training because like you said, they're going to go easy on him this year.
Yeah, Nick says Jackie won the Pat Day Mile last year, but boy, it got close. It got very, very close, and he was able to hold on though, no doubt about it.
That's right. He did win that.
Mm-hmm. He did, but they're
not putting it this year.
Yeah.
That's
So
it.
what horse that's in the Derby right now, or current horses in the Derby, is
Ooh.
might be more appropriate for the Pat Day Mile? Is a question Curtis threw
You
out there.
know me about that.
What about Smile Happy, Curtis? That's a horse that I think might romp if he was in the Pat Day Mile.
What about a horse like Charge It?
A horse like Charge It probably needs to run in something that's not a Kentucky Derby. I don't know about a mile, but like, let's say the Peter Pan, which is the week in between it's basically a Belmont Prep, the week in between the Derby and the Preakness. That would be a really appropriate race for him. Early voting is one that would probably look pretty good in the Pat Day Mile. Bree says Morello, of course, he's undefeated going 2 turns, so he would make a ton of sense as well. So there's a few. There always is.
Yeah.
But that's kind of Morello 1-turn horse. That's kind of the ones I would agree with the commenters here. And I think Smile Happy cutting back in distance would be really interesting.
Aren't you thinking that maybe Morello may become somewhat of a sprinter before this is all over? Maybe.
I would not be shocked if Morello showed up in the Pat Day Mile, actually. Yeah. Yes. I think that's definitely a good shot of happening. It makes sense to me. He had some issues that weren't, really his fault in the wood, but to me, you just do what you could do best, right? I wouldn't risk him in a 20-horse field. I'd take him to a race like that. And then if he runs really, really well and you want to get, aggressive, maybe try a Preakness. But yeah, I think that would make a ton of sense. Nick Bellman also says Simplification, a horse that kind of looks like he's starting to hit, his distance limitations, after a mile 16. So I could see that one as well. Dennis says Cyberknife. I mean, from a talent standpoint, probably agree. I do think he can get the distance, but it kind of makes a little bit of sense. And then Ashley, that horse was early voting. So that the same one that Nick brought up, that's the one that lost to O'Donegal. And you're right. You're right. Nick's right. I think that horse would be pretty well served at a mile as well. Anybody else you can think of?
No, I think that's pretty good. You're talking Derby horses, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably it. And one thing about Asmussen, if he thinks they're better suited to move him, he'll do it. He's not stubborn. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, Zozos. I don't know. I thought that horse ran really well at a mile and 3/16 last time out. Maybe from a standpoint of, hey, he could actually win this one, but he probably deserves to be in the Derby off of that race. Yeah, the Cassie horse that Nick Feldman's mentioning is Papa Cap. He will try the 1 mile Pat Day Mile. He could have been in the Kentucky Derby, but they said no. We're gonna try that. So
yeah,
we'll see how that goes as well. All right.
Ashley says he's got to go. He's a Raptors fan.
Yeah.
And I'm pulling for him tonight too. I kind of picked him maybe as a little bit of an upset, but I'm not real confident either, Ashley.
I'll tell you what, since that's been brought up, I've got it up here. Let's pull up these games right here, and we'll talk about the NBA real quick before it kicks off here in 2 minutes. Raptors and the 76ers. I think the Raptors cover tonight. What about you?
I was looking at that too, but as Nick says, they're pretty thin tonight. They've got some injuries, and I don't know whether they're going to play. It's not their studs, but it's 2 starters. So they're obviously good. And that's the only problem. Here's the thing about the Sixers. They can look so good one day and not so good the next. It's been their history. And in game 1, I didn't get to see it because I was on the road, but watch some highlights. They got a tremendous effort from their supporting cast. Embiid didn't have to do much. That doesn't always happen. So 7.5 is a lot of points. I like the Raptors. I think they cover too.
Yeah, Magic Carey disagrees. He thinks the Raptors lose by 10 plus.
That's
okay. Two guys out there. No Scotty, no Young, no Trent. Big pieces, Ashley says.
So there's 3 of them.
Yeah, there's Evidently. Ashley, there's 3 out tonight,
yeah.
So.
That's
the other 2 games, I thought this was I'm going to go an underdog again here. Dallas is a 5-point underdog at home against Utah. Of course, Utah wins game 1. What do you think? I think Dallas is going to bounce back and win this one and even up the series.
The problem is Luka is hurt.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been ruled out, at least the last I looked. Now, it may have changed. I kind of think they're going to do it too. And I kind of think he's going to play. They really got a bad break because they had to play Saturday, Monday, and some of these other teams don't play tonight that played on Saturday. So they really got a tough break. And of course, the 2 games are at home, and this series is tight anyway. I think they're better than the Jazz. I look, and the Jazz only beat them by 6 on Saturday. I kind of think he might play tonight. I'm picking the Mavericks too.
Yeah, I think the Mavericks +5 is the play in that one. Boy, they better win. If they don't, they're in big time.
Yeah, and they're a really good team. And to lose him on the last game of the season, and they had to play him because that was a game they needed to get the 4th seed and get the home advantage.
Yep.
They wanted that 4th seed. So that really hurt. No, they were battling for the 3. That's what they were battling for. But that really hurt. And this is a good team that may go down, and they're not at full strength.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely it's one of those situations there they you can't lose him. Nobody in the NBA can lose a player like him and have success long term in the playoffs. It's not going to happen.
So they might go ahead and hold him out tonight, thinking it's too soon to bring him back.
Yeah,
have him a lot more healthy for Game 3 in Utah. So just depends on how he's feeling.
Yep, absolutely. I don't know. To me, you play him if he's healthy. I mean, this is a must-win game. If he's anywhere close, you put him.
I agree.
Nuggets Warrior wrap it up. Warriors win Game 1, so they're up 1-0. What's your thoughts on this one?
I think the Warriors cover this. I think they're a lot better than Denver, especially in Golden State. So they have a kid by the name of Jordan Poole who scored 30. He is starting in place of Steph. They didn't start Steph Curry the other night. He still scored 16. They kind of broke him in slowly. And I tell you, they're dangerous. I don't give Denver much of a chance in this series.
It does kind of just feel like the Warriors are going to run away with this. I don't think it's going to be too competitive either in this one. So
nope.
I'm with you. Tuesday's games, we'll go ahead and talk about those for a second as well. Kind of to catch all of the series. We'll talk about Wednesdays a little bit as well too. The Heat and the Hawks up on Tuesday. That'll be the first game. The Heat won the first pretty easily. The Hawks kind of look overmatched here. I think this is another one. It's probably going to be a short series.
Yeah, you got to cut the Hawks just a little bit of slack for maybe being a little tired coming in there. They had to win 2 games to get in the tournament, and they did. So I cut them a little bit of slack. Yes, I agree with you totally. I don't think this series is going to go very far. Miami is they're pretty good. They're so tough. I'm with you at 7 points. I think they cover that. I haven't really analyzed it yet, but I think they cover that.
Yeah, I don't know. They look to be outmatched to me. A team that you love, the Grizzlies, well, they lost their opening round game or their opening game of the series. So Minnesota leads this one 1-0. To me, the Grizzlies have to bounce back here in Game 2, but that was a good start.
I went 7-1 this weekend on the playoff games, and this is the one I missed, and this is the one I was the surest of.
Yeah,
and I'm shocked. Again, I was at the track, so I didn't see it. I'm shocked. I do know, and I questioned this at the time. Memphis rested their starters the last week of the season, and they lost 3 out of 4 games. I thought that was a little bit stupid, except for Morant, who was injured. The other guys were healthy, and they had the number 2 seed locked up. Okay. And you get a week off anyway. And I think that affected them in this first game. They've had those starters had a couple of weeks off, and it got their momentum broken. And I tell you, I think that hurt them. I look for them to come back tomorrow night. I think they're way better than Minnesota. But the thing with Minnesota, if they get on a roll, they can score. Memphis is going to have to come out and play better. I think they'll win. I got a little bit of doubt now, though.
Yeah, that was not a good sign at all. Yeah, I was away from the television as well when they were playing. Didn't get to see it, but it was following on the box score. Now that was very surprising.
Yep.
To see. Then finally, the last game on Tuesday will be the Pelicans and the Suns. Suns a 9.5-point favorite. I don't think you're betting the Pelicans money line. So I mean, can they cover 9.5? Is the question.
You know, they weren't bad last night.
No, they weren't.
Bad start. Again, a team that's probably a little tired. They had to win 2 games to get into this thing. I thought they gave a good account of themselves. They kept it within range. I think they got within 4 there once. So they're a tough bunch. Again, the Suns hadn't played in a while, and I think they come out and play better tomorrow night. So I think they can cover that 9.5. I'm going to pick them to cover it.
Yeah, Dave Barista says Suns in 4. I agree with that. I don't think that's going to be much of a series. Ashley says, surprise, Denver and Utah haven't taken that next step forward. And then JL chimes in and says, maybe Utah is right now. I do kind of agree. It's like it's time for one of those 2 teams. You know, they've been in the playoffs. They really haven't been able to make too much of an impact. It's time. Maybe Utah's going to do it. What do you think?
Well, I can't really count Utah at this time because Dallas is hurt.
Yeah.
And they should win. I mean, they should win. When you lose your best player, like Dallas has, and Utah's a pretty good team, you should win. So can't really count Utah if they get to the next round and then they take that next step. Denver is one of those teams that has never been tough enough to go on. They always have a lot of flash, but they can't ever smash anybody. They're all flash and no smash. And teams don't win in the playoffs that are like that.
No, you're right. And that's a really good point. I've never really thought of it like that, but it's definitely true. All right, let's talk about a couple of games here on Wednesday to kind of just to round out all the series, make sure we mention them all. The Nets and the Celtics, this was the game of the weekend. The Celtics at the buzzer beat the Nets to win game 1. Kyrie's flipping off the crowd in Boston. I mean, it was a circus, and it was entertaining. I'll give us that. Okay, Celtics 3.5-point favorite on Wednesday in game 2. I kind of think the Nets are the better team, but I don't know. That's not – listen, Kyrie, he is who he is, but just like to see him play basketball. I don't know. What do you think about this one?
You hit the nail on the head. He is a super player.
Yeah.
What a prick, though. Why do you – and, you know, you can't control him. I don't think there's anybody that can control him. You know, I would think Durant might sit down and have a little talk with him. Hey, we don't need this. It's hard enough to beat this team as it is. We don't need to get the crowd riled up like this. I don't think anybody can get through to him. But when you got him and you have Durant, you can't count the Nets out. But they blew a golden opportunity to win last night. They played well. They really did. These are 2 teams, I think, again, that have a lot of flash, but not much smash. And I really like them both. And the Nets wouldn't be the 7th seed if Durant had missed 20 games because of injuries. They just wouldn't. So this is a toughie for me to pick, you know, and obviously Vegas thinks the same thing, 3.5. You know, that's pretty that's a pretty good line. I think I'd take Boston, but wouldn't be surprised if the Nets win this one.
I'll probably ride with the Nets one more time here, see how they do. I just think they're going to give Boston trouble in the series. They already have in game 1. We won't talk about Sixers Raptors because we talked about game 2 going on tonight, and actually it's tipped off. It should be right about now. But we will finish it off here with the Bulls and the Bucks. The Bucks win game 1. I kind of think Milwaukee's going to win this thing fairly easily. They're 10-point favorites as of right now on Wednesday. What do you think of this one?
Well, they were 10.5, I think,
Mhm.
on whatever the other game was. Is that yesterday?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I picked the Bulls to beat the spread, and they did because I just thought that spread was too much. But I think the Bulls played about as good as they could play yesterday, and they had a shot to win. I think the Bucks are too good, and I got a feeling the Bulls took their best shot, and it wasn't good enough. And I think the Bucks may win pretty easy tomorrow. That's Wednesday night. Yeah, I'll say they're gonna cover that.
Magic Carrot says all flash, no smash. Sounds like my dating life.
Well, maybe you're not being patient enough. It depends on what your flash is picking up. Okay? I got another good one for you. Is your flash picking up trash?
Oh,
Are
Magic
you?
Carrots, chime in. Let us know. Curtis asked, does the winner of the Nets Celtics take the East? What's your opinion on that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And I don't think they're physical enough. I like the Heat. I really do. I just have been very impressed with them because they've been injured all year and still won 53 games.
Yeah.
They know how to win. That's who I like.
I think I know the answer to this one, but Dave Barista says, will Papa Do be watching King Fury this weekend? The boxer, not the horse. Will you be watching the boxing match this weekend?
No.
Yeah, I figured that was the answer to that one.
Yeah.
No. Me
No, I'm out on that one.
All right, let's switch gears because now we got to talk about my weekend. And
Yes.
It is relevant because we're going to talk about hockey now. And of course, I was in St. Louis over the weekend watching the Blues take on the Minnesota Wild. And this was a tale of 3 games all wrapped into one. First and foremost, best seats I've ever had for a game. It's fantastic.
Were you on the across from the bench or on the bench side?
I was across from the bench, 10 rows off the ice, staring straight into the face-off circle in the zone. So fantastic seat right there. Like I said, 10 rows off the ice. So it was a great seat, and it was as far as being a good game, you could not have seen a better game. It was fantastic. The Blues won 6-5 in overtime. The final goal was scored right in front of us. Brendan Shen was literally eye level with us when he scored the game winner. So it was fantastic. But it was a tale, like I said, of 3 games. The first period, the Blues were really dominated, but actually had the lead 1-0 as Husso stood on his head. Minnesota tied it early in the second period, 1-1. And then the Blues put on an absolute clinic for the next 16, 17 minutes of the second period. I don't think I've ever seen a better 17-minute stretch by a Blues team. 3 goals. They get up 4-1. Of course, they blew it. The game ends up 5-5 because the third period, the Blues put on a clinic on how to give up easy, cheap goals by just turning the puck over and over. 5-5, like I said, won the face-off. We were talking. It was like, man, if the Blues win the face-off, they're gonna win this game because Cam Talbot from Minnesota was having a not so great game as their goalie. Blues win the draw, get the great shot for Shin, and they bury it. So the reason why it's important, the Blues have won 9 in a row because then last night they also won in Nashville. So the hottest team in hockey, the St. Louis Blues. How about that?
Yeah, them in Colorado.
Yep.
And they are. This is the most exciting Blues team in a long time as far as offense goes. They can score. They scored 7 goals in the second period last night at Nashville. And they are putting the puck in the net. If you'll notice, Colorado has only scored 6 more goals than the Blues.
Yep.
Florida leads the league. But it's all going to depend on the Blues, on their goaltending and their back line. If it holds up, they got a shot. But I don't think they can stop a team like Colorado. I don't think they're good enough on the back end. Just
This Blues team reminds me a lot of the team that won the Cup in the fact that they can roll out 4 lines, and each of the lines, you're not losing much when you put them out there. Their fourth line, while they did not score a goal on Saturday, they were able to score on Sunday in Nashville. Their fourth line is fantastic. They played great in that game. They got shit done in that game. And then the top line of Vucevic, Tarasenko, and Thomas, it was ridiculous. They were ridiculous out there.
They have been now for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And yeah, their lines are solid. They don't have that real powerful defenseman. And we just don't know what the goalie, they're playing okay. I mean, it's good to see Bennington is playing better because they're going to need him. It's just that's the shaky part,
Yeah.
They're fun to watch. They're playing great. So's Minnesota, though. And the Minnesota's got 1 game on them, 1 game at hand. So technically, they're really in second place. But they're fun to watch. I know that right now. They really
are. Blues Minnesota playoff series would be unbelievable. The Blues, like you said, they've had 288 goals. Minnesota's had 281. And you can see why, man. They were explosive. When the Blues made a mistake, it was in the back of the net on Saturday. That's for sure. Yeah, I mean, Husso, believe it or not, I know he gave up 5 goals. He played pretty well in this game. He had no chance to stop any of the 5.
Oh, he's been solid. They wouldn't even be near the playoffs without him.
Yeah,
and so he's just young and inexperienced come playoff time. And but we won the Cup with a guy who wasn't even on the roster at the start of the season. So you can't always go by that. They're playing well at the right time. And about 3 weeks ago, they were in trouble. So it's amazing what a 9-game winning streak will do for you.
Crazy thing about it. By the way, you remember the Blues? They had the dog, Barkley. Remember when they got that dog?
Sure.
They got him at the game. You can go up and pet him.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that was great. I knew we were going to win when we saw Barkley. So
yeah,
I thought that was fantastic. You go pet him. That was cool.
The Blues have always been fan friendly. There's no question about that.
Oh, it was great. They also have a Shake Shack in the arena now, which is incredible. And it was really good.
Now, did you stay downtown?
No. We just kind of stayed outside of town, messed around a little bit, and then we went in.
Okay, did you park in the place you always do?
I parked at Ballpark Village. That's where I parked.
Oh, so you didn't park down there where the old Union Station used to be?
No, I parked down at Ballpark Village now. I kind of like it there, and then it's the walk to the stadium's about the same.
Now, you wouldn't have parked there if the Cardinals were playing, though, right?
No. Now, if the Cardinals are playing, you gotta go somewhere else because that's incredibly insane. But yeah, definitely. Ballpark Village when the Cardinals are not playing, it's great. It's a perfect spot, and there's a lot to do there as well. If you want to, my wife had to come home because she flew out to be with her mom and her sister in Gatlinburg on a little vacation. So we had to come home after the game. But if not, that's a great place to hang out after the game as well, Ballpark Village. So good place.
Because used to you could park in Union Station and go out the back way, and you got out of there just like that. The last time I went, which was a couple of years ago, you can't go out that way anymore.
And that's another reason why I parked over there at Ballpark Village. I was on the interstate in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Because there's about 3 different ways you can go out of that. And it's really nice. It's really nice. The coolest thing about it, I went with my aunt, my uncle, 2 cousins, and obviously Heather and I. And one of my cousins had been a couple times. By the way, they're massive Blues fans, both these girls. And one of them had been a couple times, and hell, we sat way up, almost the last row, upper deck. And then the other one, it was her first time, and we got so lucky. We were on the end where the Blues only shot once, so we only got him the second period. Then we got him in overtime. All the Blues goals but one, or no, I'm sorry, all the Blues goals but 2 were scored right there in front of us. So that was just a luck of the draw, because usually you want to sit down on the other end where they attack twice in the first and third period. So we just got really lucky that it happened like that.
Yeah. There's
Um,
nothing like a hockey game. Nothing.
oh yeah, I know it's man. Heather and I were talking. It's like, yeah, we would be season ticket holders if we could, if we didn't live 4 hours away.
It's just an awesome. You can't describe it to anybody. They just have to go. Now you have to kind of be a little bit of a sports fan, but it's still, it's nothing like it. Nothing.
It's funny, Heather is a sports fan, but she doesn't really care, right? And she'll go to an OU game. She's into it, but she doesn't. It's whatever. Hockey game, she's watching the whole game. Like, she absolutely loves going to the hockey game. So
they're amazing.
Yep, it was a ton of fun, no doubt about it. All right, we got a big debate going on here
We do.
in the chat, and that's what we got to get to now. After all my love for hockey, everybody's just talking about this.
Well, you mentioned
I know
the whatever it was.
Best fast food burger
Oh,
is the question.
okay.
My top 2 are Five Guys and In-N-Out. When fresh, I rarely find anyone better. What about you?
Oh, I'm not a connoisseur of fast food burgers. I have to go with Freddy's. I like Freddy's.
Oh,
No, I don't like those great big old burgers. I just don't. I don't like them. I can't eat them. I don't.
Freddy's is not bad, but that's not the answer.
What you guys are talking about gourmet type.
No.
Oh,
Five Guys? That's not a gourmet burger.
big. It's too big.
All right, here it is. Shake Shack's number 1. Have you ever had a Shake Shack?
No, I haven't, so I can't comment on that.
They're not big burgers, so I think you like it.
Okay, I can't. I've never had one.
Shake Shack's 1. I agree with Nick here. Five Guys, very good. I think it's 2. In-N-Out. Jared really loves them. Probably in the top 5, but I don't love them. I don't love them. Freddy's, really?
I love them.
Dennis says fast food burgers. White Castle. I was not impressed with that.
No, I can't do White Castle. That's
No.
right down there with McDonald's.
Yeah, I don't like that. I heard about Smashburger Magic Carrots, and I haven't had it yet.
No.
So I don't know. I'll have to try that out.
Magic Carrot says Whataburger.
It's okay.
It is a lot of people rave about it. My wife loves it. I don't hate it for sure. A little bit too large for me, just a little bit.
I wouldn't put it in the top 5.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try this Shake Shack. I don't know any that are close around here.
St. Louis would be the closest one.
Okay.
Yeah. Fuddruckers. No, I'm not a Fuddruckers.
Are they still around?
I don't like those very well.
Are they still around?
I'm not sure. Yeah, JL says Shake Shack is certainly number 1. Yeah,
Gotta try this, I guess.
They're unbelievable. Yeah.
Now, what makes them so yummy?
The bun is fantastic.
What do you mean?
It's just, I don't know, something about it. It's different. It's fantastic.
The bun.
And the meat is fantastic. I mean, really good. Really, really, really good.
Okay.
It's like they opened one up, and I'm like, like a week before we went to the game, and I'm like, oh, well, that's the reason to go to the game now.
Well, where had you ever eaten in one before?
Saratoga has one at the track, so that's a big one. And anytime you go to a city, they usually have them.
How come Springfield doesn't have one?
I would think Springfield will get one eventually.
Okay.
Yeah, I would think so eventually. Culver's is underrated, Dave.
Yeah, that's right, Dave.
I never had Culver's until we moved to Joplin.
It's pretty good.
Actually, it's in Webb City, which is a town over that we lived in for a couple of years. Now we're back in Joplin. But yeah, I had never had one. I said, let's go to Culver's. I was impressed. I thought it was good. I eat that every now and then. pretty good.
Yeah, I like it all right. I do.
Let's see. Anything
My
else?
wife makes a tremendous cheeseburger.
There you go.
I don't know what she puts in it. I love it.
Bill
But-
says hello from PA, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Hello, Bill.
How you doing? Welcome.
Shakes. Best shake.
Best shake. Oh, let's talk about ice cream for a second.
Okay.
You know the baked bear with the
I do.
cookies
Mhm.
with the ice cream in the middle? That's really good.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I told you that 100 times.
No, I know. They had one in St. Louis too.
Oh, they did.
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
called Baked Bear.
Yeah, called the baked bear. Really
I
good.
thought that was a Norman thing only.
Nope. Nope. They actually had one in St. Louis and they had one at the game too.
Really?
Yeah.
And did you have one?
Yes. I did.
They're good, aren't they?
Yes. Very good. Very good.
Shamrock Shake.
Shamrock Shake is a March Madness tradition. There we go.
Okay.
My favorite thing there is go to Wendy's, ask for a Coke float. It's not even on the menu. Thank me later. Ooh.
Really?
Okay. I haven't had dessert yet, Mr. Feldman. That's interesting.
Well, you got a Wendy's.
We do have Wendy's. We have two. Okay. That's interesting. Best type of cheese on a burger.
Well, I just go American.
Yeah, I don't think you get too crazy with this. I will say I've had pepper jack cheese on one before. It's not too bad.
Mhm.
Now, if you're ever in Joplin, the best place to eat a burger is called Tropicana's. It's fantastic.
Yeah, they're good.
Tropicana's in Joplin, very, very, very good. Really good fries as well.
JL says the answer is yes.
Dennis says Swiss. He's out of his mind.
Hey, he looks like a Swiss guy.
Cheddar, that's not bad. That'd be second, I'd say.
Yeah, but you can't have too much cheddar. You got to
No, very little. I agree. Yeah.
You can get too much cheese on it, you can't taste the burger.
Pepper jack is great. If you guys go to Brahms, all right, it's like a 5 or 6 cheese burger. It's all the cheeses on the burger. It's really good.
I like Brahms, just burgers okay, too.
Yeah, no, the Brahms burgers are good. They're not great, but
No, but they don't pretend to be.
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
I like Sonic.
No, Sonic. I draw the line.
You don't like Sonic burgers? I do.
No. Sonic for like sodas. They have all the different kinds and
yeah.
No, not
they're-
for eating.
Their chili cheese tots are pretty good too.
No, don't like those either.
You don't like them. So.
I don't like Sonic. I don't like any. I've never had anything at Sonic that I really love.
Really?
Well, the food, like ice cream, yes. Is fungus better on a burger or cheesesteak?
Oh, that's cheese. That's
Magic.
That's cheese.
I have 2 magics in my life: magic carrots and magic, and they both just make me
That was
shake.
pretty good. I like that. Is bacon cheese a cheese?
Is bacon cheese a cheese? Yes. Right. Cheesesteaks. I don't eat them hardly ever.
No, they're
I
too much.
did go to I think it was Pat's and Geno's when I was in Philadelphia. Pat's is on one side, Geno's on the other. They were good. They were good. Yeah, I agree. What's the matter with you? Sonic Burgers, please end this show now.
Do you
Why
know,
you could just go to Sonic? I mean, Sonic, come on. That's a terrible answer.
no, it's not. But you know, when this is the kind of teacher I was,
Okay.
we would have these debates in my class.
Yeah.
What is your favorite burger? And you know what came in last every time?
What?
McDonald's,
Because it sucks.
which sells more burgers than anybody in the world.
Isn't that sickening?
When you sit and you think about it, if you want a burger, just a burger, you don't go to McDonald's,
No.
or I don't.
No.
Like we were in a hurry on the way home yesterday, and Sandy had to go to the bathroom. So we stopped at a McDonald's because our restaurants are usually clean.
True.
And she wanted a tea on top of it. So anyway, I said, "Hey, I'm kind of hungry, aren't you?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Get me a double cheeseburger." Oh, it was awful. It was terrible.
Ugh.
It was terrible.
No.
But yeah, here's the number one fast food thing in the world, and their burgers are terrible. You know,
Yeah.
they're really bad. And you know, a lot of them don't like Big Macs.
I wouldn't eat one. No.
Oh, you would not.
No. You not if you paid me. No.
Man, I
I would if you paid me. Never mind. I
kind of like them.
Sonic is a hedgehog. That's all.
Nick's got a good point.
He said, Nick says, you know what would be awesome if McDonald's opened up like a spinoff and went back to like the classic beginnings and just basically upgraded their ingredients and competed more upscale type. Yeah, I agree.
Well, you know, if you've ever watched that movie about McDonald's, and again, we've mentioned that on here before, and I cannot think of the name of it again. The Founder. Great movie. Their hamburgers actually used to be really good. And I remember when I was a kid, this is how old I am. They weren't everywhere like they are now.
Yeah.
You know, they're everywhere now. And there was only one in Springfield. And it was a big deal to go to McDonald's. And I can remember Dad would say, "Hey, let's go to Springfield tonight and go to McDonald's." And me and my brother were just thrilled to go to McDonald's. That was a big outing because they had the golden arches over the building and it looked like a spaceship kind of, you know, it was cool to go to McDonald's. It really was. They didn't have drive-in windows or anything. You had to walk up there and order it. It was real fast. You know, you got it real fast.
See? And now it sucks.
Yeah.
And now it's like probably my least, if I had to choose like my least favorite place to get food, it would be McDonald's.
I go once a week.
Oh,
but I live in a small town. I don't have a lot of choices.
That's true.
It's McDonald's. Okay, here's a new poll. Here's the 4 hamburger places I got.
Okay.
McDonald's.
Terrible.
Brahms.
Decent.
Sonic.
Terrible.
Hardee's.
The Hardee's is the worst.
Rank them, people.
So those were your options. Brahms would be a clear one.
It's kind of far out to Brahms, though. It takes a little longer to get there. I have now. Sandy loves Brahms, so I didn't ever use. You know, when I think of Brahms, I go get ice cream. I get ice cream at Brahms. That's what I think of at Brahms. Yeah. I go get ice cream cone. Their sundaes, their banana splits, whatever they've got, it's really good. I never ever thought about getting burgers there. Sandy loves them, so I've kind of been getting their burger, and it is good. It is good.
The Brahms burger is good.
Yeah, Nick says Hardee's is called Carl's. It's Carl's Jr.
Yeah,
out west. You're right.
Yeah, and he says Hardee's is way too expensive for what you get. Pisses me off. So true. It's trash, and you have to pay like you're getting like Freddy's or something.
The only thing good is their what they call those, the fries.
Oh, the curly fries are good.
They're good.
Yes, I agree.
Now, will everybody on the chat right now agree that McDonald's French fries are the best?
If you're not counting curly fries, I think they are. Regular fries, they're probably the best. Yeah.
And they're a French fry that I don't need ketchup for.
Yeah, there's very few like that.
Very, very few.
Now, Five Guys fries are very, very, very good. But I don't hardly count them. They're like real fries almost, you know.
Oh, well, those are the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
But McDonald's are perfect almost every time.
Mark says working midnights. I like Hardee's sausage biscuit in the morning after work. There you go.
You know,
says Hardee's best breakfast.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not even know they had breakfast.
Okay, so Nick and I are best friends. I have Five Guys ranked number 2 for burgers, and I always get their Cajun fries. They're awesome, and you get a boatload, as Nick said.
Are they what am I trying to say here? Are they spicy?
Yeah, they're really good.
Okay.
They're really, really good. He's 100% right. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. Heather's out of town. I had a Five Guys burger and Cajun fries today, Nick. Today I had them. So
I was wondering where you were going to eat. Sandy and I had a discussion about that a while ago.
Let's see. Yesterday, I had stuff left at the house. Today was Five Guys. Tomorrow, who knows? Who knows? Tune in tomorrow, find out.
Okay. You don't need ketchup on McDonald's, says JL, because they're excessively seasoned with salt.
Yeah.
No, they're perfectly seasoned with salt. Perfect.
McDonald's fries best by far. Five Guys in Penn Station are real, but way more pricey. Yeah.
I like those McDonald's fries because you can see the salt on them. You know, that gets on your fingers a little bit too.
What's PFK?
I don't know.
Can't understand why PFK don't have fries in the United States.
Tell us what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, Sylvian, but yeah, let us know. Hardy says some sort of omelet sandwich more breathtaking than a hot pocket. Breathtaking.
This is fantastic. This is a sports show. We cover everything.
Yeah, by the way, most people we've had all night are listening to this, so that's good.
That's good. Kentucky Fried Chicken. She meant KFC.
Oh, KFC.
Oh, we got another topic.
We do have fries. We do
at KFC?
Yeah, they have fries. I've had fries at KFC. They're not very good.
They got those kind of potato wedges, don't they?
No, they have actual fries too.
Oh, they do? Okay.
When you open up a brown paper sack from Five Guys, the back almost falls apart from the grease, the burger, and the fries. Also true. It's 2 shades of brown, that's for sure.
We can do pizza also, Dave. Aaron's an expert on pizza.
Yeah, pizza. Sure. Goodfellas Pizza in Lexington, Kentucky is probably the best I've ever had, to be completely honest. It's so good. Yeah. So good.
I'm not real good on pizza.
Takeout pizza. Like Goodfellas is like, that's a pizzeria. Like that's a pizza.
That doesn't count.
Like, go get a quick pizza. Domino's is probably the best one for me.
See, I don't like it as well. Hey, I got to tell you a quick story or you're going to die laughing at this. Okay, so we get back yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not real hungry, and Sandy doesn't really want to cook. So we got a new Domino's here in town. So I said, we'll just call Domino's and I'll go get it. I go get it. I get it home. She got half of what she wanted, and I got half what I wanted. And we opened it up. And my side, I ordered just a hamburger pizza.
Yeah.
At the crust, the tomato sauce, and the meat, and no cheese. Can you believe that? No. I've never seen that before, ever.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it was really funny.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Oh, and then Sandy, she's really good at picking wonderful restaurants. We went to a place in Hot Springs. She wanted Italian, so we went to Little Italy.
Never heard of it.
Well, the food was really good. Okay. Yeah. If you have like 4 hours to wait on it.
Right.
And there was it was in a strip mall, which is not a good sign.
No.
Basically, it was a carryout place.
Okay. Where was this located?
Okay. You know where Chick-fil-A's is there? And
yeah.
Okay.
To the right of Chick-fil-A?
You turn left.
Oh, back behind Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It was good.
No, that's not a bad area. I was
thinking. No. It was a good area. And the food was good, but they had 4 little gals in there working. None of them knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
They had a stream of people coming in to get takeout, and they were waiting like 45 minutes. You had like 4 people sitting in your lap pretty much while you were trying to eat. It was, I wouldn't, the food was good though. But anyway, chicken. I like KFC. Who's with me?
Chick-fil-A for me, if you're going.
Yeah, I know. Too religious for me.
Yeah, yeah.
I've kind of boycotted it. What about Popeyes?
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm not a huge chicken.
You're not a chicken guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Dave wants us to rate frozen pizza.
No, I'm not doing
that. Dave, I don't eat frozen pizza.
I would say I would go how you have them listed, Dave. New York, Chicago, Detroit, just like that.
Now, help me out here, Dave or Aaron. Chicago is the
like thick.
No,
you like the thinner.
I don't like. Yeah, New York. New York's okay.
New York's like the big thin slice. That's what Goodfellas has too.
Yeah,
It's really
good. What's Detroit?
Detroit.
Shaped like.
I don't know what Detroit is.
I don't either.
I don't know what that is. Would that be the sauce on the outside? Is that Detroit? I don't know.
Mark, my wife and I love Popeyes.
Yeah.
We have to go before
and the second shift crew are younger and take forever. Popeyes, it's good. It's good.
I like Popeyes. I do. Yeah. I like to say Popeyes.
Yeah. A pizza, a St. Louis pizza, Emo's pizza, not bad.
Very good.
Yeah, Detroit is sauce on top of cheese. That's what I thought.
Sauce on top of cheese. I've never had that.
It's thick. The sauce is on top. Cheese is on the bottom.
So it'd be like Chicago, but it's opposite.
Yes, correct. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I would like that. I don't.
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I am getting to where I have to eat pizza before 5. I can't eat it after 6. Or I don't sleep well because I have heartburn all night long.
Well, that's
so I found the answer to my heartburn problems is to eat at 5, and then I do pretty well.
That makes sense.
Italian gives me problems.
Okay, well,
yeah, I'm not a big Italian fan anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
I still like a good old original KFC.
I don't know. Me, not so much. I don't think KFC is real clean, to be honest.
Well, probably not.
Yeah, yeah. Papa's on the pizza clock. Yeah, boy, this escalated quickly.
Fantastic, guys. Anytime you want us to review things, just let us know.
I tell you what, Nick and I are on the same wavelength.
You are.
Today Nick was the one talking about the Coke float, right, from Wendy's. Wasn't that you, Nick?
I think so. I love Coke floats.
Hold on, I gotta show you. I don't know if I can share this. Hold on.
Magic Carrots, I agree. People who eat, I agree with Magic Carrots. People who eat Hawaiian pizza should be banned.
Yeah.
I know you do. Sandy's in there. She loves pineapple on pizza. That's against the law.
I don't know how to share this photo.
What is it?
Hold on. Open and preview. There we go. That may have been it. Let's see here. Hold on. My wife just sent me this. I gotta show everybody here. There it is. That's what she just sent me a picture of right there.
That's a float.
She just made a Coke float. She's not listening to this.
That's unreal.
Unbelievable.
I haven't had a Coke float in a long time.
I haven't either, but now I want one.
Well, I don't drink Coke much anymore.
I don't at all. I haven't had a Coke in years now.
I love it. I love it.
I do too, but
I drink it about once a week. What'd you say, Sandy?
Only float that should be allowed is a root beer float.
She likes root beer floats, but you gotta like
root beer float.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, those are good.
Sylvian said 3 years ago in Saratoga she ate at Golden Corral. They had fried bacon. Couldn't believe it. Wait a minute here.
Golden Corral's the worst.
I'm fried bacon. Isn't that how you fix bacon? Well, Lynn is from Canada. They do things, Phyllis, she bakes her
The
bacon.
Canada shout
Yeah, this is the time where the mom and pop ice cream shops are very busy. Yes.
The ice cream man came by the house the other day.
There you go. Heather still runs outside when the ice cream man comes. She turned her ankle last year. You guys are laughing. I'm serious.
I bet people that don't live in small towns don't know what we're talking about when the ice cream. We got a goober that comes around here and he's got his truck he got a van all painted up and plays Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and other goofy stuff, and he's ice cream man. And you go out and get you an ice cream bar for like $4.
Yeah. My favorite thing for the ice cream bar or ice cream man is it's a Ninja Turtle.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what you call it. It's like
they're like a dilly bar. Or
something. But it's a Ninja Turtle and it's flavored. It's got bubblegum eyes.
Yeah,
I love them.
You can only get it from the ice cream man, too.
Yes, I've never seen them anywhere else.
Yeah,
I eat them every time. I really get happy when I get Leonardo. I'm really excited.
Oh, you mean you don't always get they have different turtles? They're not.
Oh yeah, they got Leonardo and they got all 4 of them and it's just kind of random whichever one you get. Yeah. So.
Oh, this is great, folks.
Well, there you go, folks. This is what we do on this show. Yeah, for sure the best. See, they are really good. They're fantastic. If he was out there right now, because you guys have made me hungry, I would probably just end the show and go out and get one.
I'm thinking about going to Dairy Queen and getting an ice cream sandwich. I have to go all the way to Monette, though.
I could do that. I don't know. I'm kind of in for the night.
I am too. It's kind of.
It's AEW time. It's always AEW time in this house, Magic. Right. Favorite match of last week? Oh gosh. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know. Maybe Hangman and Adam Cole. That was pretty good. Maybe that's it. I still like Penta and CM Punk. I thought that was really good. It's one of those two. I don't know what they're doing with Sammy and Scorpio. I didn't like that very much. So, yeah. I'll go with the title match. That was pretty good. It was nice to see that on Rampage. So, we'll go with that. But listen, Dark is already on and it's over, so I got to go watch that. So, yes, the Texas Death Match.
See what JL put there.
Got to order some AEW floats from Sonic. Yeah. All right.
We got to read JL's here just a minute.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyone remember Far Side cartoons? Yes.
Yeah.
My favorite one was captioned "Failed Marketing Ploys" and had an ice cream truck that apparently sang, "I cuss, you cuss, we all cuss for asparagus."
What?
Oh God. Oh.
Do you like Dalton Castle's entrance? No. I didn't like Dalton Castle's entrance. I thought he was decent in the ring, though. I don't know what to think about the Gresham. I don't know if I like him or not yet. I haven't decided. I liked his Ring of Honor match. I didn't. It was okay. The Dalton Castle match the other night. It wasn't great. Like I say, the Battle of the Belts was not great for me. It wasn't. It was okay. I mean, but it wasn't. It didn't do anything for me, really. Kind of. I don't know. Don't know what they're doing with Sammy Scorpio. That match was weird, and then the girls' match is okay, but it was kind of predictable. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, Gresham's point. I agree. He looks like he wouldn't be. That's what pisses me off. Because he's a little guy. And it's like, oh, he's gonna fly around and do this, and he's just like, yeah, he's just kind of like watching a match in a library. Kind of. The fans aren't really into it either. It didn't seem like, but I don't know. Samoa Joe, that was cool when he came out. I liked that. So, all right, Papa Dude, we've overstayed. This one might. We've been doing so good on YouTube with subscribers. This one might lose some for us.
Oh, I don't think so.
I don't
Look at all of these viewers.
I know we started with super serious derby talk, and we've ended with 30 minutes of fast food. So
Yep. And the thing about it is, I'm not even hungry after the 30 minutes of it.
I am now.
Are you? I thought you already ate.
I did. I probably.
Now, I did not have very good dessert tonight. So the ice cream thing is tempting, but I'm like you. I don't want to get back out.
Yeah, I'm in for the night. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Any final thoughts before we do?
No, I don't have any. I do. I just one thing. The OU softball team did get beat, and the sun came up the next day.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Texas celebrated like they'd won the national championship. I thought that was pretty funny.
Well, yes, but we would have done the same thing. So.
Yeah, we would have for sure. We would have for sure.
Win with class, lose with class.
That's right. That's right. That's a lesson for the kids out there that are still watching. All right, we're gonna go. We'll be back on Thursday. I have no idea. Who knows what we're gonna talk about? It's anybody's guess.
Well, just drop us a line, and there's one thing about us: we're very versatile.
Yes,
we can talk about just about anything. So, yeah.
How about that? What do you want us to talk about? Just comment in the comments below. Not right now, but in the YouTube comments below. Comment.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about next or on Thursday? We'll do anything.
Yeah, we will. We won't do politics.
Okay. We're not going to do politics or religion or anything like that.
No.
But we will do anything else.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. Not baseball.
No, not baseball. True. Okay, politics, religion, and baseball are out. Anything else?
There's toppings on a pizza next show. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll make a list. We'll make a list, folks. I'm serious.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about something, we'll do it. We'll make a list.
Yeah, we'll just do it. We don't care. All of our other shows have objectives. We just try to get through an hour. That's our only objective on this show. So, especially now. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. As always, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks a lot, guys. It was a pleasure.
Listen, guys, YouTube, we got a ton of shit coming out. Magic made us do 24 videos on each Kentucky Derby contender. So that's coming out. Yes, I know. He's out of his mind. That's coming out. We honest to God, by Thursday, we will have probably 35 new videos on YouTube.
Wow.
Unless something happens and Magic can't get them done. So, which could be. He may have bit off too much work for him. I don't know. But yeah, he'll be around and he'll be editing those videos. So we'll have a ton of new stuff going up for you guys as well. And then, like I said, we'll be back Thursday if you want to listen to this stupid show. And thank you, Magic Carrots, for coming on and commenting.
You guys are great.
Yep. Wouldn't be the same without you guys. All right. We are getting out of here. We'll see you next time, guys. Have fun. If you're betting between now and Thursday, good luck, and we'll see you.
This has been a presentation of RacingDudes.com, your destination for all things horse racing and sports betting. Whether you want free winners, expert insider picks, up-to-the-minute trackside weather reports, or podcasts and videos for bettors of all skill levels. Never make another wager without visiting the Racing Dudes. First,